The style of older pop-punk bands are becoming a thing of the past when compared to the electronic-infused style of pop-punk in 2018. The return of Alkaline Trio is something that can help remind people of this sound and alternative scene of the early 2000s that didn't necessarily rely on backtracks and effects, and the band's ninth full album is This Thing Cursed. As Dan Andriano compares this new album to Maybe I'll Catch Fire, the band's earlier album, Is This Thing Cursed is on paper appearing to be reminiscent of that sound. I for one think that's huge, and after Matt Skiba's successful run with Blink-182, it's not like there is rust needing to be shaken off, and right now is the perfect time for some back-to-basics pop-punk in a scene filled with the MacBook Pros being used as instruments. When people expect new music from a long-running band, they might wonder what changes are being made, or if anything is different at all. There are some fans, however, that want new music but somehow sounding exactly the same as what they loved originally. Sometimes these are impossible tasks, but other times you have bands like Alkaline Trio who are doing what they want and in turn satisfying everyone. Is This Thing Cursed is 13 fairly short tracks that at first listen definitely feels like it could have been plopped right in the time frame of the mid-2000s, and arguably stand out much better than some of the other acts at the time. Some of the album even feels like it could have been placed in the 90s alt-rock scene and blend in perfectly with some of the flow in the music. What I was hoping for from Alkaline Trio in 2018 was something energetic, fun to listen to, and for some good writing that sticks with you. For the most part, I got just that. And songs like Sweet Vampires, Worn So Thin, Demon and Division, and the title track which opens the album, I got a sense of motion, some good lyrics to remember, and the time just flew by. There's a build-up from the very beginning that's softly saying until the switch is flipped, and it's fast and upbeat, and it makes this whole album come alive. The guitar and bass from Matt and Dan are both solid throughout this entire album, and I think that might be the selling point of Is This Thing Cursed. The songs I listed before are vibrant with that rhythm. The more I listened to this album, the more I enjoyed it. Even songs I didn't care about as much before on the first front-to-back playthrough would later stick out to me. At times, different vocals would catch my attention. The voices from everyone in the group, regardless of who is taking the lead in a specific song, have something that connects at one point. The speed stays mostly consistent throughout the album, with occasional slow bridge changes or a closing moment where it gets a little bit quieter. In Is This Thing Cursed, the sound excels when things are faster, with a loud percussion behind it, and you get many good instances of that. My favorite song, Throw Me to the Lions and Demon and Division, however, have elements of alternating volumes. It makes the music come more alive.
Throw me to the lions, listen for the screams. Show me I'm a scientist inside of your face. Anything but silence, feel like I can't breathe.
I said that sometimes on repeated listens that the vocals would stand out more and give me something new to listen to. Oddly enough, that's my only real complaint about this album. Their delivery is casual in a way, just singing and enjoying the song, which is fine, but so many tracks would stand out better if Matt and Dan cut loose a little bit and belted out the notes. Not every song is a gem. Little Help is a glorified dumb drinking song that people may enjoy, and the album ends with an odd closer in Crystalline, but after several listens I have to admit this album is a lot of fun to mindlessly sing along with, and it's hard to sit still when listening. This is that reminiscent sound that once dominated but still stands above many imitators of today.
If we should live forever like sweet vampires, when we could reign together our own empire, now we should try to sever.
Whether it's a song about depression or a song directed at Donald Trump, Alkaline Trio just made an album doing what they do best, and in turn, doing whatever they wanted. It feels genuine, and it does remind me of past albums from the band's discography. I'm not going to say it's one of the best albums in the genre ever, but it does stand out above many albums of pop punk in 2018. Overall, Is This Thing Cursed offers something steady and consistent for those looking for the urge to hear pop punk. It's never too slow and offers a lot of solid lyric writing along with guitars that will get you out of your seats. Regardless of what side projects and endeavors the band members are currently wrapped up in, it's nice to see they can still make the music that got them big.